All right. People may still be trickling in, but we can go ahead and get started. Hope everyone's doing good today. Why don't we kick off with a round of intentions and distractions? I guess I'll go ahead and start. I feel like it's always easiest. My intention is to sync up on everything on the agenda, basically, and make sure we're again like super clear on priorities for like this week specifically, like what we really want to get done by the end of the week, and what's like nice to have over the next weeks. No distractions really. And actually, maybe I'll start actually before we go through the round. I think it's now that you wrote that there, I think it's also nice to maybe start with a warm welcome to Katya. If you're already in the call, I think you are. Yes, you are. Tropical Mango.
Tropical Mango.
Hi, welcome to I think your first comms meeting.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for joining. Katya is actually joining the team newly. I believe you may have started about a week ago or so, correct me if I'm wrong, and working in digital marketing. If you'd like to say a couple words yourself, I think that might be nice to give you the space.
Sorry, I muted myself. I'm really excited to be here. I heard Lauren speaking at ETH Barcelona, and I was just blown away by how passionate she was, how smart she was, and I love, what Giveth is doing. I think I had only really seen kind of the degen side of crypto up to that point, and I hadn't seen the crypto for good side. And it blew my mind because it's basically taking a technology that's so beneficial that can be used in a really new and really amazing way for a lot of people. So yeah, that's when I found out about Giveth, about doing good, and that there's this community of people that really want to make an impact in the world, and I felt really, really called to it. So that's why I'm here. Really excited to share however I can, help however I can, learn as much as possible. It's a lot of stuff. It's like, when she sent me the Giveth Galaxy, it felt like, oh my gosh, I only knew about the donation side, and then there's like liquidity pools and concentrated liquidity pools and angel vaults. It's a lot. But I love it, and I'm happy to be here. So thank you.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks, guys.
It's going to be fun getting to know you. And if you'd like, I will pass it to you. What we do at the beginning of each one of these calls is we kind of just list generally our intention for the call and any distractions that we may be experiencing during the call. Then you can pass it to someone else.
Sorry, I have to go. So my intention, I just realized I have like my little like bird thing, but I think everyone's on video. Sorry about that. I'm gonna come on video. I'm still like the little bird in the avatar. Hi, nice to meet you guys. So my intention is to learn because I'm still new. Listen and see how you guys do things. Maybe learn where I can plug in and who does what. So kind of get a little bit of grounding and distractions, none. I feel very focused and I feel very good. That's it.
Great. You can pass it to somebody.
Sorry. Let's see. I'm going to go with Clara Z. Claire Z? Did I say that right?
Yeah, thanks, Katya. Hi, everyone. My intentions for this call is to sync up and hear what everybody's been up to, find out what's been going on in comms this week, anything that I've missed. And also, if I get a chance, just to give you a little update on what's been going on with some of the new platforms, how we've been using the new scheduling tool. And I haven't got any distractions. I'm going to pass it over to Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Claire. My intentions, I think, are already on the agenda, mainly just to sync up on any pending tasks that we have. Also, there's a couple of things I wanted to ask people about in terms of should we schedule a newsletter more than once a month? And yeah, just anything else that I can help out with this week. Let me pass it on to Suga.
Suga, are you on mute? But you're not on mute. Now you're on mute.
Sometimes
Still silent.
and you might have to leave and come back. Uh-oh, we can't hear you.
Now it looks like you are on mute.
Sim, do you want to go?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll go as soon as this. Can you hear us, Suga? No. Okay, I'll go. My intentions for the call are to just go through the priorities from last week, what's been done. I haven't added it to the agenda because it's tasks that are done. Yeah, same as Claire. If there's a moment for us to share what's happened on the social and schedulers. Other things that I'm got on the agenda. In general, influencer chat. Ashley and I were chatting about a comms plan for each event or campaign. So we put together a brief document that I can share on the channel afterwards. We don't have to go through it in this call. Yeah, and that's basically it. Just catch up with what the priorities are for this week and what tasks I can take on. And yeah, that's it. Distractions. I just have to get on the road in half an hour, but I'm going to connect using my phone. But that's the only thing. I'll still be listening in. I'm going to pass to Ben's.
Hey, intentions, yeah, just catch up, see if there's any tasks I can pick up and do quickly, and distractions work. So, I will pass to, who hasn't gone yet? Ashley?
Thanks, Benz. My intentions for the call today, just to sync up. You might have noticed I put a bunch of issues on the board, but they're all assigned to me, so no worries there. And just see if there's anywhere else that I could fill in. Maybe talk about putting an events category in the forum where we could talk about different events, and it's kind of similar to what Sim was talking about with this document. So that will probably come up later in the call. And distractions, it's very rainy, and I feel like I have a lot of tasks going on in the background that I'm semi-distracted with. And let's see if I can guess.
Pick me.
Suga, I can hear you. So now it's your turn.
There you are.
Thank you. Sorry, everybody. I just had, like, as you know how it goes, all the devices suddenly crash. Yeah, my intentions are to sync up, to get the Ethereum conference things out, going, moving, tackled. And yeah, I don't have any physical distractions in front of me right now, but I'm definitely stretching my bandwidth right now, which is why that first draft was less than ideal, but I'm on top of it. So let's see. I guess I missed a few minutes.
I think you went out again, but before passing it, but we can go with Ciudad Peligro.
Hi everyone, sorry, I was just trying to find the mic. My intention for the call is just listening, learning a little bit about what you do here at the working group. And yeah, I'm not distracted by anything. And that's it. I can pass it to, I don't know who's been Sim, maybe?
I think Jess.
Jake? Yeah, Jess.
I can
Jess,
go. Um,
or Lauren, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so okay, my intentions for the call are to just touch on kind of like how we can use the momentum from the Angel Vault to like amp up the Angel Vault more, how we can use the launch and continue that momentum. And just go everything that's there on the agenda. I think I don't really have anything too much else than that. Not super distracted, except I was getting distracted because I was reading Twitter and things. And I'll pass it to Jake to see if he can unmute or speak now.
Thanks, Lauren. Intentions, just listen up to the comms, provide any details on CRM or donor survey targets, and distractions, trying to upload some token log projects into the CRM. And I think it's really Jess left, if she can get unmuted, or maybe Mitch.
Sure, I guess I'll go then. Just here to listen in and see what y'all are doing. And I'll pass it to Corey.
All right, thanks. So I'll just ask Jess one more time if you're there. We'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, I think we covered everybody. Okay, great. Yes, I think so. Yeah, cool. Yep, that's everybody. Awesome. Thanks, guys. We can go ahead and jump right into the agenda. I think I'm taking into account all the things that you said you guys wanted to talk about. I think first off, it probably just help to kick off like priorities for this week, first and foremost. There's a couple of different things that have been happening now. Like we were working on the conferences content all last week to cover ETH Barcelona and ETH Paris because they just happened like really close to each other. Also the Sustainable Blockchain Summit. So we still have like a couple of pieces. First off, like great work on that last week. I think we got a lot done. But we still have a couple of like outstanding pieces that for sure, like let's just get them finalized this week. That would be great. The ETH Barcelona recap was already in review process, and we'll just get another draft of that going. Like Suga, I think you're on that. And
Yep.
The sound bites, like we had like a whole bunch of sound bites we were putting together. Ahmad, from my understanding, I think those are all done except for like the one for the Sustainable Blockchain Summit talk, right? Can we consider like all of
exactly.
these now covered?
Yeah, if you scroll to the very bottom, there's a sheet that I put links to all of them in.
Yep.
And yeah, like I'm just waiting for that one talk by Griff that we didn't do anything with yet.
Okay. Right. So now that I have that talk that like Lauren shared the link with me. So I'm gonna be doubling down on it anyway to do a tweet thread. So from there I can pull the sound bites. But if we need them faster, I can do the sound bites like first. That's also fine. I just wanted to clarify like what the process is now for actually like using the sound bites. Like Lauren, or maybe you could clarify that. So we have. My understanding is these are like all finalized now, and now they're just ready to be posted, or it says here status is posted. So
yeah, so the first 6 that was from like 3 months ago, so those are old.
oh yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, from like the 8th row, like those are new.
Okay, so
yeah,
these
so like those are the ones from the issue. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's amazing, Ahmad. I didn't actually see them yet, although I saw that you shared this with me, I think, yesterday. But I'll start posting them on Twitter. The process is usually just like Ahmad finishes them, and then we like kind of paste them and put them out on Twitter throughout the week. And yeah.
Okay. Regarding the issue itself, then, at what point do you consider it closed? Like once they're all posted, or once they're ready to be posted?
Yeah, I think probably maybe after they're posted, just because like then if it's still open, I'll see it, and that would be helpful. But you could, if they're all done, you can assign everyone else who's on it, and then like assign me and put it in the done column, and then when I post them, I'll close the issue.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll just take a look at the one SBS talk. I mean, maybe I can just separate that or add it into the other issue for the tweet.
Yeah,
so that we can move this forward. Yeah.
I mean, that one would even be cool to put as like the first tweet of that thread. So it's like something to catch people's eye, and then the rest of the thread explains the rest of the talk. Could be cool to do it like that.
Okay, cool. Perfect. All right, awesome. So we'll just consider sound bites. Got these done for conferences. Yep. Yeah, thanks everybody for the collaborative work on that. It's awesome. Yeah, and then there's just basically this outstanding talks tweet thread. I'm going to be moving forward with that this week with Griff's talk. So I think in terms of, any other conference related material, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Is anyone aware of any other thing here? Working on this one right here for Lauren has a video interview that she did, just finalizing like a tweet for that today and a soundbite, and then and then Griff's talk, and then Suga, you're on the recap. Okay, I think that's all I saw when I was going through this. If there's anything else missing, please bring it up like in the Discord, but I think we've got everything. So that's awesome. And then those are definitely priorities for this week. And then there's also the fact that the Angel Vault comms went out yesterday with a blog post and a tweet, and we have the documentation up. Also going to be looking to prioritize recycling that material, or basically creating more hype around that over time. So Lauren, you'd mentioned like another push on Thursday would be ideal, right?
Yeah, so what the Angel Vault, we put up the countdown yesterday. So right now people can provide liquidity to the Angel Vault and stake their LP tokens, but their rewards go live on Thursday. So it's like a countdown timer. So I published the blog post and the tweet thread about the Angel Vault yesterday. I'm just gonna tag or put that in the comps channel, because it's really awesome when we also, Ashley mentioned this before, when we post articles and tweet threads of important announcements, if our whole team goes in there and engages with it, it really helps to boost it a little bit. So if you could go and clap the Medium article, if you click and hold the clap button, it claps 50 times. You just have to hold it. It's cool, a hack. And then if you could retweet the tweet, that would also be really good. And then we'll do another push on Thursday, and hopefully we can get good engagement on that tweet as well, because when the rewards go live, it's we're going to be having more people putting in liquidity, hopefully. The other thing I wanted to mention around the Angel Vault thing is that the Ichi team actually reached out to us and were asking if we wanted to do a partner campaign. They have something called Glean.io, and I linked it a little further down in the agenda. I made an issue for it too. Basically, it's a campaign where we could put in $300 worth of Give. They put in $300 worth of Ichi, and maybe a third DAO does something, but maybe just the two of us. And it's people who follow both accounts and retweet a certain tweet or do a particular action on social media, then get entered into a raffle, and then they could win this raffle. So they reached out and asked if we wanted to join them with that next week. So if somebody wanted to help to coordinate this and just work with Ben from the Ichi team, I think it would be nice to do this with them right now around the launch of the Angel Vault, because it's that's the reason that people would want to launch, follow both accounts, because they care about Giveth and they care about the Angel Vault, therefore they care about Ichi. So it's it makes sense to jump in with this, I think. And yeah, I think we would need to put up yeah, like $300 worth of Give tokens. So it'd be a question of then like figuring out where we're getting that from. Maybe we can get it from NR Give, and it requires somebody to like take ownership for like trying to get those funds, try to send them into the pot, getting the coordinating with Ben to give them our link on Discord and our Twitter, and figuring out what he needs. So is anyone willing to help with that? Really?
Yeah,
I
so
would, but I still feel, oh, sorry. I still feel a bit too new to take this on right now, just because I know we just chatted about the Angel Vault, the donor flow, and then the liquidity farm stuff too.
Mhm.
So I know you tagged me on that and I saw it, but I just have hesitation just because I'm still trying to get my bearings with everything and those other 3 projects. So I think for now, if it's okay, if I could just focus on the first few,
Yeah,
because
sure.
I still feel a little bit new to take this on just on my own.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
we just started last week. But I was also I tagged Ahmed as well, but she's not working. Corey, would you be willing to do the coordination for this?
totally. I was also wondering, Sim, if this might be interesting to you because you have this background. Also, like there's a lot, like it's a campaign, right? So maybe like to support me a bit on this. But let me know what you think.
Yeah, maybe if we can work on it together, because I was just worried about my ability to commit to my time to this because I'm split between a few things. But if we are working on it together and we can share the load, then I think that'll be great. I just wouldn't want to drop any balls, by saying, okay.
For sure. I mean, if you guys really want to work on together, that's okay. But honestly, I think it's better if just one person takes like full responsibility. It's not a ton of work. It's mostly just like cat herding and figuring out where things go and making sure that like they have the right links and communicating with them. And
Sure.
yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know. I think. Well, I mean, it's up to you guys, of course, like how you want to do it. But like, I think splitting it up means it's not going to get done. That often happens when you split up like a task of cat herding and you just assume the other person is going to do things. It's time sensitive.
Yeah.
We want to get the information to them like as soon as possible. And yeah.
I think Lauren, it's just that it seems like it's a little bit more clear to you. It probably needs to be done here than it is to us. That's why maybe that's just the hesitation. I have no problem taking this on. It's just I like looked at this before. It's just unclear to me what exactly needs to be done. But like for sure, it's shouldn't be a big deal. So I can take ownership of this. It's just sometimes nice to have like a partner on it, but like it's not a big deal. So yeah, let's go with that for now. I've just assigned myself.
Yeah, just if you just read it, and then if something's not clear, also you can ask. But I think most of it's like, where do I send this information to? It's talking to the guy who sent the PDF and asking him those questions, and then like, okay, getting him what he needs and like that. Yeah. So it's not really like actually having to really set up a campaign. I think they're going to do most of that grunt work. It's just like they need $300 and they need all these links and where do we send them and what do they need? And yeah, so I'll put you in touch with Ben and from the Ichi team, and yeah, and I can make like also a 3-way DM, or I can add Sim as well too if you want to keep an eye on it, Sim, and we can go from there.
Yeah, I'll read up, and then Corey, if you need backup, then at least I'm on the same page, and I can help with some coordination things.
Yep, sure. Okay, cool. Yep, sounds good. Then okay, and that's also a priority for this week. Sounds like to start coordinating with them right away because of the launch of the Angel Vault comms yesterday, right? So it's really urgent in that sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. I'm actually going to add that as well. So yeah, we also have the G collab. Okay. Cool. Yeah, perfect. And yeah, regarding then, yeah, okay, so the Angel Vault topic, like we have that collab, we'll get going on that. And we had like the comms that went on yesterday. So yeah, it would be great to get engagement, I guess, like on the Medium post itself as well as Twitter. And then what about coming up on Thursday? Like what do we need anything else prepped for that, or is that more along the lines of like again, like needing retweets and support on like a new wave of comms pushed?
Yeah, I think just new like retweets and support. I mean, I'll write another tweet about it, and if we can just get like people to like attack it with engagement, then that would be great on Thursday.
Okay. All right.
Just a question. When you guys put out the post, do you share the links somewhere? Like, does that go in Discord somewhere for the team to go in and engage? Or
Yeah, so we have the comms channel in Discord. I think that's probably the easiest, is if it's just like, yeah, once it's kind of going out, like just put, that we have basically like a tag like comm stars, which lets the whole team know like, hey, this just went out. It would be great if everyone can show support.
Yeah, and for tweets and stuff, there's like the Twitter channel, and you'll be able to see like anything that Giveth tweets from there, and you can even like it and retweet it right from that Discord channel. So at least for tweets, that's really easy, and then it's just like Medium and blog posts, and maybe we can start posting them in there too, and we use it for more than just Twitter, so that we have like I think Common Stack has a channel called Amplify or something like this, where they put all of these types of engagement. And now that we're activating more things like Facebook and LinkedIn and stuff, maybe it's better to broaden this channel to include all of our platforms.
Yeah. Okay, does that kind of clarify it to you, Adia?
yeah, I was just thinking that would be helpful because like when I'm working, I'm not really on social media, so like I wouldn't know when it's posted. I don't have Twitter notifications on, but if it's maybe shared in the channel and people are tagged, like we're tagged or the team is tagged, then we'll know it's live. So that's really helpful.
We have a role too called Tweet Team, and like if you're interested, I could give you the role, and that way you'll actually get pinged. You'll get a notification anytime that there's a tweet. I can give you the role. Do you want that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that means, so not right now, no. I just want to kind of learn right now, yeah.
Basically, it will just give you like a notification when the tweet is posted. Like it would be like a little red dot.
Fine. Yeah, that would be helpful. I thought I had to manage some sort of the social media.
Not at
I'm like,
all.
"Whoa, I
It's
don't
just
know."
like it's
Yeah,
just
that would be
okay.
handy. For sure.
Okay. Yeah, cool. And yeah, and then regarding like upcoming launches, like now that we've got the Angel Vault content done, like the focus is really now on Give Power. So yeah, alongside of just finalizing some of the conference material and like prepping for, another Angel Vault hype on Thursday, the Give Power, like we still have a couple of things that need to be created there. Like, so I see like the Give Power documentation is in review. Is this, I wanted to just check on that, like how much still needs to be done here?
Yeah, I don't know. I did review it, and Mitch said he added in the comments. So I was gonna give it another like read through. But then we could probably move it to done. But don't close the issue. We won't close it until we put the documentation live, and we won't put the documentation live until we actually launch Give Power.
It would be very useful if somebody who didn't know what Give Power is would read it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Because Lauren and I know how this works, but somebody who doesn't know, like, just see if it makes sense.
Hey, Katya, maybe this would be a great thing for you to do, just to review it. I explained to Katya a little bit of Give Power today, but she's still new eyes to it, and I think it would be great.
Yeah, that would be really good.
It's a tropical mango.
All right.
Yeah.
Easiness to understand. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, documentation, and then blog post, right? So I did see an issue on that. Okay, yeah, Lauren, you're assigned to it.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that? Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll have that ready. Probably not next week. The end of next week, maybe. But yeah, it's on my list.
Okay.
First, I have to give Power works, and then I'll write a blog post about it.
Okay, yeah. So documentation is definitely this week. Like blog post, you're looking at sometime next week, and then there's like also the idea of like a tweet thread, which would most easily I think stem from a blog post. So do we want to like kind of like well we were talking about wanting to post those next week, right?
Yeah, and the idea was that we would post it next week if Give Power was like ready to go next week, and maybe it will be. I mean, we need support with testing Give Power, honestly, and like it would be great if like anybody in this call who could help with that. I know Katavi's been doing a lot of help and work with that, and Ashley and Mitch. But yeah, it still needs some work on like the testing and making it ready side of things, and then that will get us closer to being able to launch and announce Give Power. But yeah, I agree with you. The blog post and the tweet thread can like kind of go at the same time, or like at least the blog post and then the tweet thread. And depending on when the blog post is written, maybe we can delegate the tweet thread to somebody other than me. But probably not. Probably I'll just do both, and I'll do them at the same time. But yeah, really could use some support with like other people taking a look at Give Power, exploring the app, making sure that it's making sense, and then also just like helping with kind of like, you know, maybe some of the things that we're saying on the Give Power testing site makes no sense. Like maybe we're like boost projects to help them rise through the ranks, and everybody's like, what does that even mean? You know? And so like if people from the comms team can take a look at the testing and then also just kind of like look at it from a communication perspective, that would be really helpful as well. Yeah, for making sure that it's successful.
Okay.
I can volunteer to support anyone that wants to test. I've been testing it last week, so I did have the outsider perspective, and I want to kind of like unload some of the burden that Lauren has. So like if anyone has any questions, just ping me and I can help.
Yeah, me too. I'm happy to test that and go through and play around. I'll check it out.
And me, Claire. I'm happy to pick up with that again. You still need help.
That'd be amazing. Maybe Katavi, would you be down to host a testing party for Give Power?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Then there could go. Ashley wanted to do that as well. Like she wanted to learn a little bit about the testing. She was asking questions before, so maybe you could like schedule something for sometime this week and get some people in comms to test. It would be great.
I want to go to the party.
Yes!
I'll start the thread on the Discord.
Yeah, that's cool. Play some music, do some testing. Nice. All right. Okay. Then, yeah, something that was also on my mind was I wanted to check in on the BitDAO proposal. Content prep there. Just check again where that was.
Yeah, I have a meeting with Yas today at noon, and we're going to talk a little bit about like using Twitter to boost this proposal. But yeah, I think Sim and Suga have been coordinating on the blog post, so I'll let them update on that.
Yeah, we did over the weekend, and I see that Yas is in the document now making a lot of changes, so she'll probably give you a big update at 12. Yeah, and then we can look at finalizing it and getting it out. I'm not sure when. It looks like there's a lot of changes there. So
I have a question about that. I think she just posted on it like right now. I just had a question. Is that supposed to go out tomorrow, or was that sort of like a soft deadline?
I thought it was a soft deadline. Thought it was Wednesday finalizing. I'm not sure exactly when it needs to go out. Maybe Thursday.
ASAP.
Oh, okay.
What I understood.
Yeah.
The better.
Yeah. It said somebody said Wednesday, so I just wanted to check because I guess I'll wait. I want to come back around to it because I know I made a lot of comments without a lot of great suggestions. I was trying to help unpack, but I'd like to revisit it, but I'm not sure I can do that today.
I think there'll be lots that we'll need to review after Yas is done with it. And Lauren,
Great.
if you can let us know what changes we can make after
Great.
Yas. If she says that we can just go with it and approve her changes, then hopefully it'll be finalized quicker.
Sure.
That's what I assume the next
Maybe
step
we could just DM her and ask her that, because we're going to talk mostly about like the Twitter and what to say on Twitter and blah blah blah, and she was going to fill me in a little. So I haven't actually looked at the blog post at all. And if you just want to like kind of hear from her, like if she wants a lot of changes or something, I'll also get in there and take a look. But maybe you could just like DM her for like a direct point of contact.
Sure.
Sorry, who was interested in the test party? I'm doing the thread.
Suga?
Suga, Katya, Clara, someone else?
You can throw me in there. Just depends when you're scheduling it, but yeah, let me know.
Okay.
Because I'd like to get my hands on it as well. That helps a lot. One thing I just want to ask also is like we have like these 3 different issues regarding the BitDAO proposal. Like this one's clear. We have a blog post. These 2 are pretty ambiguous. That kind of mentions like a tweet thread. And then this one also sort of mentions, we had some notes here, I think from talking last week, like tweet thread and blog posts, or forum posts or blog posts, which is like the other thing, right? So how can we like divide this up clearly?
Maybe you can change the proposal exposure one to be called tweet thread, and then and I'll work on that with Yas. And then I think the last one, the reason it's still open is because Katabe put some good notes in there. So you could just copy and paste the notes over to the other, or I don't know. I'm not sure. He had some good notes in there, so that's why I didn't want to close it, because it's still relevant. And
right. Yeah. And then this one already has also comments in it. So yeah, maybe I'll just copy them. I'll copy one over to the other. Maybe actually I'll copy this over to the yeah, I'll figure it out. But it's just changing titles basically.
Yeah, I think well, the tweet thread one, I mean, Yas kind of wrote sort of a tweet thread. I mean, she made the tweets like all like 600 characters, but like that's what the comment in there is, just what her suggestion for a tweet thread was. So I just copy and paste in there. I'm going to just make it smaller and then post it like that. So I'm not sure that copy and pasting that into the other issue makes sense, but the other content in there might be useful for like the blog post or for other content. Yeah, I guess you could put it in there.
I mean, that's the only thing sitting in there, right? So I guess, yeah, I'm just going to do this. And then it's there, like, for reference. Yeah, because this one basically just has that and then says we should write a tweet thread or a forum post. So I think that it'll be okay. Cool. And then I can just move this straight to closed, right?
Yeah, you can just close it. You can move it like that. You can also just click the closed button at the bottom of the GitHub issue.
There's another close issue. Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sweet. Awesome. So, all right, you guys are on top of that. Cool. Yeah. All right. And then, so that's BitDAO, Angel Vault, covered all those things. The newsletter, we had, we kind of have a back and forth discussion on that, right? Whether we should do this one time or twice a month. And is there a general consensus across the group? I mean, right now we have a lot of information coming out.
Yeah, I mean, so I was thinking about this too. It seems like the next couple of weeks we'll have a bunch of stuff coming out, but then, Mitch, Ashley, and I, and Griff will all be at Burning Man, and then it seems like things might be like slower on announcements, that maybe it's the first half of the month is jam-packed and the second half of the month is slower, so once for August also makes sense, but I don't know. It also depends on Ahmad's bandwidth and his like willingness to like make more. Because, we have a community call every week and there's always something to say for the week. So it's like summarizing 2 weeks could be good. So Ahmad, do you want to do 2 a month or?
Yeah, I mean, I think like maybe we can do it on like a case by case basis and like not say that it comes out every 2 weeks, but if there is enough stuff for every 2 weeks, then we can have 2 a month maybe. Like, what do you think about that?
That's kind of what I was gonna say. Like, could just every once in a while like throw in a second one if it's relevant, if there's a lot going on that month. But also, yeah, in the whole regarding like August, since August is gonna be special, I would almost see it as like we would still do it once a month right now because we could prep the newsletter while everyone's here over the next 2 weeks, and then it is going to be like, I mean, there's a significant part of the organization that's going to be offline, right, for a couple of weeks after that. So I don't know. I would personally probably just prep it with everything that's going on and like focus on like getting all the other content out over the next 2 weeks, and then it's like really nice to send out at the end of the month.
Yeah, I think that's.
No problem with that.
And if we do a second one in the month, we could call it like the special bonus edition and just like make it like feel like an extra treat.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I wanted to bring up that's kind of related to this is there is a document that we created a while ago for like a content calendar. And I was thinking like if we maintain that, it'll be a lot easier for the newsletter and like just in general, just to keep track of all of the main things that we need to announce on Twitter and elsewhere. So I was thinking like we should maintain that or like figure out some other system to centralize all of the things that we need to talk about.
For the newsletter specifically?
For everything. So Twitter, newsletter, any other social media place where we want to post. I mean, but it's basically like saying these are like the 10 things this month that we want to get out in terms of announcements or product updates or, anything that we think is worth like spreading basically.
I mean, that kind of segues us maybe into like a conversation about content planning. I know, I don't know, because I mean, that's essentially what you're referring to, right?
Yeah, let me actually share it in the comms channel and then you can have a look at it. Like this was the one that Liz made like, I don't know, 3 months ago or maybe longer. I forgot, but we haven't really updated it for a while. So let me just put it in the comms channel. Everyone can have a look at it. Okay, here it is. So it's this one. So I think like something kind of similar to this, I think would be useful. Just to keep track of everything that we're doing. And like then, for example, if we notice that, okay, this month we have like a ton of stuff, then we'll say, okay, this is like a 2 newsletter month, for example, Yeah, so I added a few things here, and I think someone else also added some stuff. I'm not sure who, but thank you for that. Oh, Kutabi, thanks. Yeah, so like basically just like, I mean, these are like the high level things that we want to talk about basically. So, I mean, that would include like the Angel Vault and, BitDAO, Give Power when it comes out.
Totally. My first question, real quick, is like, how does this have any overlap with, I mean, Planable or some of the other platforms that we've been talking about regarding content planning? Because I think we are already kind of going down that road with those platforms, right?
Planable would be specifically for social. So we would take the content categories that we've put here in this content calendar, and then the actual posts with their copy and images could be put together on Planable and then scheduled to be sent out for August, September. So it is. I think that it's a very good point to have everything consolidated in one place, and so that people can add to it when we think of something that's even coming up in a month and a half. We don't know the exact date, but here it is, so that no one forgets about it. We need like an info dumping area. So maybe this can have multiple tabs for that, and maybe a consolidated tab for all of the channels. There was a separate document that I put together that has it, but it can be a bit overwhelming with all of the channels on it. But we could somehow redo it so that it's got all of the different channels, and you can see in the middle of August what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the Angel Vault on these channels, across these channels, that type of thing.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think what's nice about this document is it's like very simple. It's just a Google sheet, so it's like, yeah, like you don't feel it's, hard to fill or it's, like a difficult task. It's just about adding a row basically, so it makes it easier.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then once something has gone out, you just delete the row. Is that kind of the idea, to keep it clean?
Yeah, hide the row, delete it, whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. I'm all for like planning out, scheduling, like having a overview. I think that's awesome.
Do you want to? I can schedule us maybe some time, like 15 minutes, to chat about how we can do the content planning document and work with this one, and how we can include the other channels. And then whoever's doing social or whatever can reference this document first, and then, or whoever's going to be adding in content ideas can add it in here, and then it can be organized into when it's going to go out. Do you want me to say?
I think like the idea, I think just to keep it organized, I don't know what you guys think, but like I would put content ideas still like in GitHub. And then when it's like clear which ones are like, I don't know, they can then like when it's clear which ones are like taking priority right now, like they're added in here for like scheduling, right? Would that be a good flow?
We can do whatever people are more comfortable with. I personally like everything to be in one document. That's what helps me, but everyone's different.
What do you think, Lauren, since you handle like the Twitter and everything?
I feel comfortable using GitHub for like new issues. If we want to put like after we post things, put them in something like this so that there's like an easy place to grab things for the newsletter. Like that's also cool. But it's just, it's like an extra like layer of management that I don't really like have the bandwidth to like add pieces to. But like, I feel like it just like depends on like, I think it depends a lot on Corey if she wants to like manage something like this, because she's going to be managing the team more. Yeah, but we can change the tools, or yeah, we can. It's like what makes life easier for people. This doesn't make my life easier.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what the math I'm running through my head right now. But yeah, you know what? I would say let's go for a call, Sim, like what you're suggesting, and like do a little walkthrough of like I need to understand how the flow would work.
Yeah.
Just picturing everyone kind of like throwing things in here that actually would not, I feel like that would not make my life easier. But if it's about like what, on a weekly basis, we like, kind of just make sure this is like up to date in terms of scheduling or something, like maybe that could work. So yeah, I think we just have to talk about it. But this is cool in general, like having everything in one place. Like it's a dashboard.
If anyone else wants to be a part of that, let me know.
I was thinking maybe something we could look into is, I don't know if this would be easy, but we could connect it to GitHub somehow. So maybe if we tag issues on GitHub with like a content tag or something, it'll add it to the Google Sheet maybe. That might be something we could do with Zapier, for example. So then like we wouldn't need to update it. It's just, okay, you add it onto GitHub, you tag it with a tag, and then it just gets added onto that sheet maybe.
Yeah, anything helping with automation is awesome. Because everything's pretty manual right now. So yeah, that could work also. Like once it's moved to a certain, what's it called? Status, like the issue or something like this. All right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome to talk about that. And yeah, so a couple of people mentioned also their intention to touch base on a few things. We still have a couple of minutes. I think also Clarence and me. I'm sorry. Go
Corey,
ahead.
question on the agenda for closing the CRM issue in GitHub.
Sure.
It's up and running. It's GitHub number 747. Since the CRM is up, there's pipelines added to it. I think Ahmad and I had a question about what we should do and should we move that into the closed since it is up and running at this point.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's been set up, I'd say let's move it to close. I mean, that's the point of this.
I would say
Right?
close it.
Yeah, it was just it's not really clear. I can't tell from the title like if the point is just the setup, but like choosing a CRM and like setting it up, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Melody started it, so I'm just coming in a little bit late. And I didn't even really add it to the agenda, but I know it was something that I wanted to just quickly discuss was CRM management of that, because if we can close it, we can close it out.
Yeah, let's close it. Are you Snake, by the way?
I am Snake.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, do me a favor and just like, I don't know if you want to link to the CRM, just for like tracking the history of this and then move it to close. That would be awesome.
Will do.
Okay, cool. And then actually relating to that, I think I mentioned the Connect call today, but like, some of the ones that I see hanging around, like, I don't know if you want to take those over or if you could help maybe kind of notify. I mean, I just tried to notify the Connect team in that call, but there was like some of these ones, reach out to, like, this is clearly a CRM topic.
Yeah, I think a couple of them they're Reiner, and he's on holiday for the next couple of weeks.
Is that something you could help to move out? I mean, I think, or do you think it's better that he does it himself?
Since I don't know, I can review it, and then I can see if there needs to be communication with Reiner on it. If not, then yeah, I can look at adding and closing.
I think I'll just move them to review for now. Just to like, because otherwise I just keep sitting there getting sort of lost in the midst, and then we'll figure it out when he gets back with you. Okay, cool.
Some of them we can talk about in the communities working group call, communities call, which is going to be in 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, cool. But that's great. Yes, we have a CRM now, so it's perfect. Yeah, all right. And I think we have a couple of minutes just to touch base on, I know like Claire and Sim, you'd wanted to give a quick update on the social scheduling comms plan, since we were just talking about planning anyway. That's probably a good time if you want to say a few things.
Sim, shall I go? I'll go. So
Yeah, go ahead.
shall I go ahead? Okay. So we started using the Plannable app. We have managed to automate some posts into Facebook. We're going to try LinkedIn tomorrow and see how that goes. And when we got together last week to talk about how we might plan the social media for Facebook and LinkedIn, we had put together a plan for a month at a time, and we hope to finalize the coming month, the previous month, by sort of middle of the month, about the 15th. So it might be that at some point, the start of the month, we might start reaching out if there's any relevant content so that we can plan for the month ahead. So if we see that somebody's working on a blog, for example, or something from the newsletter, Ahmad, so you might, just to sort of a heads up, you might hear from us at the beginning of the month. And the Plannable app's quite good. It's also available to schedule posts to Twitter. So I don't know if that's something that whoever's taking over the Twitter posting might be interested in if they want to pre-schedule some tweets through there.
Yeah, cool. I think we can look at that eventually. Yeah, maybe like after the Burning Man vacation time.
Definitely.
A little bit more of a, because it's such an active platform for us at the moment,
Yeah.
but that's really cool with Facebook and LinkedIn. And yeah, and then if Sim, if you're scheduling that call for this week, we can touch on that a little bit more, like in conjunction with the doc that Ahmad was just sharing with us, and like see how everything can work together.
Yeah, I think that's great. Perfect.
Cool. Yeah, sweet. And yeah, and Ashley, thanks for, I also got I have access to the LinkedIn now. So that's also good, and we can talk about if anyone else needs access, just to make sure that it's covered also for the Burning Man period, and just in general, like working together with Plannable in case like something, I don't know, something doesn't go right. We need to like, remove a post or something like this.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad that it all worked out. I know we only have like one more minute, but I wanted to just mention that I created a new category in the forum called events. And this is inspired by the fact that we had this fundraising 101 workshop, and I feel like our communications around it could have been collaborated on a lot better. So I want to create like a template in which it's like, so you want to have a Giveth event. This is what you're going to need. You're going to need to have a Twitter post. You're going to need to have, do you want your event live streamed on the YouTube? Who's going to stream it? Do you want them to record it? Like what platform are you going to do it on? Like a template like this. And so we can extract GitHub issues from this, basically like a spec document for an event. Or even a product launch if we wanted to use it for like Give Power. And then I was talking with Sim about creating also like a communications plan kind of template. So it's like, okay, we want this to go on Twitter. We want it to go, like maybe a couple days beforehand or something, so that we can start planning these things in advance. The templates aren't created yet, but the forum category is there. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you and the progress that we kind of talked about. Keep an eye out for the templates. I'll be working on the event one, and I think that she's got something in the works for the communications plan one, and we can kind of define it once it's less of a work in progress.
Okay, cool. You said keep an eye out, like where exactly? In the comms channel?
In the forum, like it will be, yeah, in the forum category, it'll be like a pinned template in there, kind of how we have our governance proposal template. It's like, so you want to propose something to the DAO, here's the information that you need to present. So then they have a place they can put like a little blurb for what's going to go on the Twitter, or, they have like this whole template of how it's going to work out and what kind of communications are going to be needed. I just felt like things could have went way more efficient and streamlined for a lot of the communications around some of these things. And I think part of it is just the people hosting don't have the resources that they need to do it efficiently, and to way we can connect the teams. Because I think things work great within Connect Group, things work great within communications, but like we need these paths in areas that we can all kind of come together and be on the same page. And I feel like this could be a good place to do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, sorry we didn't have more time to talk about it.
No problem.
There's I'm not sure if you can hear me. There's a link in the Notion that's got a link to the document that I've started. As Ashley was speaking, I was thinking the YouTube live stream isn't being added in there, but it'll give you an idea of the type of plan plus timing that we can look at for these kind of things. And then something that is also isn't added in there but would be good is what Ashley mentioned about what is needed from the person basically giving the comms team the brief, like a document with information on what the feature is or what the event is, and then thereafter everything can come from that document.
That's
so that I can add.
That's a good idea. Like facilitating the information flow in a standardized way.
Yeah, so if you want to check it out, everyone's got editing access, but feel free to leave comments and suggestions on how to improve it. But that could be duplicated for each event and used as a template, and then we can cut out or add in whatever's going to be relevant for that event or feature release at the time.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna end this call because we're a couple minutes over time. Thank you, everyone. Let's just stay focused this week and get the things done. And hope you have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.
And to you.